I mean, I think there's two layers to think about that. There's to think about how I'm understanding my cultural context in the way then that informs the way I'm reflecting on the biblical text that I preach, or the way I'm understanding how people will be hearing things in the pulpit. And there's also then specifically or directly bringing in some of those things into the congregation. And I really do think that's harder. That the second one's harder. On the first way of doing that, one of the things I do in my classes, or at least I do in one of my classes, which has been an interesting assignment, is I have them write a 2 or 3 page paper on a haunting, it's called my haunting experience or haunting moment exercise. And that they have to find something within culture in general, whether it's a song or a scene from a movie or a chapter from a novel that they're reading or something, that's haunting to them. There are no answers to, but that's just simply a haunting experience. And it could be a beautifully haunting experience, but it's something that grabs hold of them. And I think too often when we think of kind of how do we preach in a way that honors cultural realities, we think of how can we take a cultural reality and infuse it with a Christian message, or how can we use it as an analogy? Like how can a scene from Indiana Jones reflect and be an analogy of my larger theological point? And I think there's places for that, but I think what's more important is recognizing the searching and the yearning that's going on within cultural constructions, and being able to live inside of those, which I actually think helps people live inside texts as well, where I think people who can live inside of those cultural constructions and can really feel what an artist or what a director is trying to communicate can live inside a text as well. And I think that's what becomes, at the heart of it, what's really significant about good preaching is it lives inside worlds, and it draws people inside worlds, whether it's the biblical text. And the best stuff goes back and forth, and it can connect them and allow these inner worlds to speak to each other. But too much of our preaching and too much of kind of Christianity in general is an outer world kind of shell, and trying to shine that up, make it look pretty, give it some lights. But at the end of the day, it's nothing until we get inside of that.